Hey PlayStation Universe, thanks for tuning in for more of our E3 2016 coverage here in the city of Los Angeles. I'm talking to Adam Byrne because he played a game called Absolver, and he's got out of his demo. He had some things to share, some ravings, I would say. It was one of your surprise games of the show.
As I said, yeah, it always seems to happen at Devolver Digital's tent at E3. We always find one or two gems that really resonate, really speak.
Absolutely. So tell me, what makes Absolver one such gem?
I think, well, aside from the fact that the art style is pretty nice, some nice neutral colors, and kind of just something that kind of grabs you in amidst all the kind of grey and stuff that we tend to see a lot in AAA games and the like, the combat system.
Because it is a martial arts fighter, right? Like a single player, story based.
It's described as like a martial arts online RPG, pretty much.
Okay.
So the combat system is one of those easy to learn but like incredibly difficult to master. All about timing, all about learning the fluidity of the movements.
Sure.
So pretty much there's 4 combat stances. So you can flip through them on the fly with holding R2 and moving the analog stick, so top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right.
Okay.
And then there's just 2 buttons for combat: square, triangle. And it also employs, for the fluidity of the mechanics, it also employs when you hit one of those buttons, there's a point where you can tap that keeps the fluidity, a la Gears of War reload mechanic.
Okay, so you launch an attack, like a punch or a kick, whatever it may be, and a gauge fills up, and if you can time it right, you can keep the combo moving fluidly.
Exactly, yeah.
So what about that makes the combat actually fun and interesting? I mean, I imagine it's challenging because of those Souls influences.
Yeah, it's just because it just seems kind of so primordial. You have, like, say, 2 characters, and it's not just I have a light attack and a power attack, and I deal some damage to you and you deal some damage to me, and I can block. Yes, you can block, and yes, you can strafe and parry, but the fact that your stances, all 4 of those stances between left and right, it's so dependent on what, like say if a kick comes to you from the right, like if it depends completely on your stance and how you receive that kick.
Okay.
So it's really like learning the mechanics and timing and watching the animations of the other characters, kind of like a game of chess pretty much, where you're both trying to act like strike first and you're trying to figure out the rule of play. And one interesting mechanic beyond that as well is in the game, not just against online players, but NPCs and stuff and just other enemies, you can learn the attacks of enemies if you receive, like if they're used on you enough times.
They use it on you. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So literally, you're learning like new combat moves, like new button presses.
Yeah, if something is used on you enough times, you'll learn it to use on them, which I think is a mechanic I don't think I've actually seen in any, like, as a learning mechanism,
like a dragoon sort of thing.
Yeah, learning mechanism for new
thing,
combat. Yeah, I haven't seen that in a while.
So what I mean, besides the combat style, which you actually didn't mention when I was talking to you afterward, you more touched on kind of the atmosphere and the world and the visuals.
Yeah.
Talk about that a little bit. What makes that interesting?
It's interesting. It's got that kind of esoteric, veiled feel of the likes of Journey, where it's like these beautiful like colors and stuff, and you know a very rough outline of a story, but you kind of have to search for it. But also another aspect of Journey, and again it's parallel with Dark Souls, not just because of its combat, but more so the PvP aspect. You can look off into the world and you can see other players minding their own business or fighting amongst each other, and then you can walk into their world and you don't know. There's beyond like emojis and animations, like that's the only kind of interaction you have. So the idea is,
So the worlds are bridged seamlessly, like Journey.
yeah, exactly.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, you will happen across players and stuff seamlessly, and they're just going to be there just like in Journey when like a companion comes alongside.
And you'll fight them as a way of testing their resolve, perhaps learning new powers.
Yeah, you can, or you can just leave them if you want. You can give them away.
Run.
Say goodbye. Yeah, you can certainly run. But yeah, so we did basic fighting mechanics. You also can use weapons. They're unsure at the moment, the developers that is, of how many weapons, because they're very conscious of balancing issues and animation issues, because I used a sword, which is great, and it's although at the end when I was faced off with another opponent beside me, another man called Adam actually, which was nice. I remember his name pretty easily. We both like unsheathed our swords and then kind of looked at each other for a second and then put them back in, and it was like a samurai type kind of standoff where then we just both ran into each other and then tried to like
and then it was just on, right?
Yeah.
It just went down from there.
Then of course just took out the sword at the end.
So really, so what's interesting about it is that you're basically taking the format of something like, of course, I think of Bloodborne. That's like my Souls game and what really had my investment in a major way. So you're taking the PvP of Bloodborne with more of a nuanced, stance-based martial arts fighting style in a atmospheric world with an uncertain story, and or just an aura of mystery, if you will, or vagueness.
Yes, that's pretty much the elevator pitch. Yeah.
Seems like it's going to appeal to a wide range of people.
Yeah, it was surprising. Really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to seeing more when it
Great.
releases next year.
Okay, next year, 2017.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing, Adam. Let us know what you think of Absolver from what you've seen of E3 coverage on your own. Sound off in the comments, and thanks for watching our E3 2016 impressions and reactions. We got more coming, so keep it locked at psu.com.